description about the other characters. What else did you notice about this short story? What was successful about it? This was successful, right? It was interesting. I liked it. I like to read it. Is anything else that made it successful? Zeke, what do you think? Your name was in it. That's kind of cool. Yeah. What else was cool?
I like how
Comparison of what?
of
The bullies and the crows, right? That was kind of cool. I like that. I got a visual in my mind about those guys. Luke, what did you find successful?
I liked it because I wondered what would happen next.
Yeah, I did too. It was a little suspenseful. Caden?
I liked how the breakthrough point was just like him facing his fears.
Mm-hmm.
And the guts to rock the boat.
Yeah, he had the guts to rock the boat and he faced his fear. Just great breakthrough moment. You knew exactly when that happened. Alex?
The narrator, Abigail Manson, used a lot of point of view.
Yeah. What point of view was the story written in? Raise your hand, chat to the person next to you about the point of view. Third, yeah. Okay, so let's pick a couple of these little things to talk about. So this area, did you notice the vivid and telling details set the scene and a hint at the conflict to come? What was the word that indicated conflict to come? Chat with your shoulder partner. What word? No, we know something's going to happen. When people are talking in sarcastic ways, how does that feel in your soul? Yuck, right? That's negative energy, sarcasm. All right, waterfall. So these sentences near the beginning of the narrative, what do they do? So talk with your shoulder partner about what these sentences do. Waterfall? Okay, so Sydney, which one do you think?
The first one.
First one.
Background information on that character.
Excellent. Thank you, Sydney. How about, are there any others, Aubrey?
That's the one we came up with.
Okay. Anybody think that either one of these could be right? What do you think, Caden?
Like a description of a character. Yeah.
No.
As long as the right background.
It's just background information. I know, I was trying to trick you. Sorry, that was me. It is a little description. I mean, you can kind of get a little picture of how he is based on where he's from. Teeny tiny bit. Okay, let's look at the next one. Did you notice this description of Pravat's behavior helps you understand how he's feeling? What is it? Discuss with your shoulder partners or your table what this sentence means. Pravat looked like he was trying to take up as little space as possible. Everybody try and do that with your bodies. Take up as little space as possible right now. All right, so talk about what that means if you want to take up as little space as possible.
Well, you take up the same amount of space anyway. No. If you're doing this, that takes up.
Okay, so it's more of a metaphor, right? Take up as little space as possible. Raise your hand if you think you know what that means in this story. All right, Isaac, what do you think it means?
I think he didn't want to be noticed.
He didn't want to be noticed, right? Why didn't he want to be noticed? Talk with your table or your partners about why he didn't want to be noticed.
He was trying to become I think this is spinning on the side.
Okay, waterfall. Let's go down here. We have another. All right. The main purpose of this paragraph is to help you to, discuss which one you choose. Okay, raise your hand if you think you know. I'm going to pick a stick anyways. Audrey, which one? Want to take another guess? There you go. Now we know what's going on inside the main character's head. So this actually helps us understand the point of view. There's two types of third person. What are the two types of third person? If you know it, talk about it with your partner. The two types of third person. Okay. Let's look at the next one. Which of these does the dialogue not do? Pick the one you think. Read the little paragraph and pick the one you think, and I'll pull a stick. So just think in your head, don't talk. Todd, what do you think? Which one does the dialogue not do? Convey important information? Nope. How about Luke? What do you think? Nope. So vividly describe a minor character. Which words in there are a vivid description of a minor character? Talk about this with your shoulder partner.
It does not do.
Oh, not do. Sorry. So it doesn't convey. So is this where you got tripped up? I need everybody to pay attention, because I didn't even pay attention to the not either. So, all right. Let's read this together. So I want to make sure everybody's looking at the screen. Everybody needs to be looking at the screen and reading this out loud. Sirach stood up.
He walked over to the back. The new student saw him and looked even more miserable. Sirach looked down at his coat. His own shirt and jeans were black. Come join us. Go on, Babbitt and Salon.
All right, so pacing is the speed at which the story's events unfold. What happens to the pacing at this point? So don't discuss it. I'm going to pick a stick. See what you think. Madison, which one? I need you to move up. Just sit right here, please. Wait. I need somebody who was paying attention. Leah, go ahead. Speeds up. Why? Yep. Yep. We know how it's going to end now, don't we? All right. Which of these happens at the conclusion? So pay attention. Pick which one happens at the conclusion. Ammon. Which one? Main character takes action. Yep. Awesome. And then there's another little thing here. In the narrative, the narrator, okay, go ahead and read. This is important. Oh, did we talk about the different third person? I didn't talk about it though. Okay. And then which one? Audrey? Which one? Presents his own thoughts but doesn't have access to others' thoughts, or has access to all the characters' thoughts but he isn't a character? Yeah. No. So who's the thoughts of the character that he's revealing? Sirach. So this is written in third person, just regular third person, right, Walker? What's the third person where they know all the thoughts? Omniscient. Say that. Write it in your notebook. Third person omniscient is where they know all the thoughts of all the characters. Regular third person means they just know one character's thoughts, right? How do you spell omniscient? Google. That's how you spell omniscient.
There's just an I with a star.
Omniscience is the capacity to know everything. In monotheistic, so you know everything. Omniscient means you know everything. Oh gosh, who would write that for me on the vocabulary? Even though it's 3-4. Aiden, will you go make another vocab over there to the left and write omniscience on that? Knowing is everything. Yeah, and regular third person is just access to one person's thoughts. Okay. Omniscient. I love this word, by the way. I'm a word nerd. Raise your hand if you're a word nerd. You love words. Guilty. Infinite awareness, understanding, and insight. Okay, I'm over it now. Let's go on. Okie dokie. So, I would like to have somebody summarize what it takes a successful. So take a look at your notes and write 1 or 2 sentences that makes a good narrative, and we're going to share those. So write on your notebook, and you may work together. What makes a good narrative? 1 or 2 sentences to summarize it. Okay, who's ready to share? Luke, what did your table come up with? A good narrative uses sensory details. What else, Alex?
A good narrative contains a plot, resolves a conflict, introduces characters, develops a setting, uses descriptive details, and reflects a meaning.
Excellent. Was that directly from the performance task assignment?
Well, not directly, but I changed it up.
Well, that's okay.
It would be super long.
Super long. But the elements are all listed in your performance task, aren't they? What else, James?
A good narrative has sensory details and describes one's feelings or emotions.
Awesome. Any questions before we wrap up and clean up? Okay.